Hello there friends, my name is April San Pedro. If this is the first time you saw my video, welcome and thank you for being here. Well, I'm a maker based in the Philippines and I love sharing my process. Now, if you've been following along, thank you so much for staying here with me, for watching my videos. So this video is somewhat a very casual journal with me kind of video, I think. So I've been watching journal with me videos specifically from my life mates. I'm gonna link her channel below because she's just very inspiring to me, in case you didn't know her. So I was encouraged again while watching her videos to go back journaling and maybe share my process with you. So yeah, she also has a vlogmas, which made me realize, oh, I did not prepare any vlogmas for this year, and I don't think I will be able to. I do have few Christmas crafts video coming. I hope I'll be able to do them all before things are starting to become very busy. So I want to explain first the reason why I haven't been sharing journal with me videos, specifically I think this year, is because my way of journaling this year is totally different from what I've been sharing. I'm still journaling, but there's no much creativity lately since my second son Noah passed on last February. I didn't have the, I don't know, probably the creativity in me to journal. I have lots of emotions with it, so pretty much it's just words. And for the past few weeks, I think, or probably months already, there's a part of me already that's feeling a bit myself again after we lost our son. So my creativity is slowly coming back again, and the journaling with the creative part is somehow I'm inspired to do that again. And it's kind of bittersweet because it was also almost the same time as last year when I was still pregnant with our son Noah. I was so active when it comes to the Bible journaling. So I participated with the daily gratitude from Illustrated Faith, and looking back, I saw my journal last year. It was so beautiful. It was creative, well, at least my eyes, and it was full of reflection. So that journal was really a happy journal. Let me get it so you have an idea. So this was one of the journals that I did last year. So this one was from the gratitude documented. It wasn't gratitude daily. Gratitude documented from Illustrated Faith. So that happens every November of the year, and I was really into it last year. Full of creativity, although less. I think what I did here was I did my reflection on a different page or on the Bible itself. So there are days also that I have so many things to say, and there are days that just few words. So yeah, I will probably do a flip through of this as well, share with you what happened. And then by the end of in the mid December of last year, there was I think it was a bit challenging for me already, so it was more of like words. So my point is I haven't been sharing because there's nothing much for me to share in terms of creativity, but I do want to share that part as well once I'm ready to talk about it. This year, I wanted to start daily journaling in terms of memory keeping using this Midori 1Day 1Page. I was actually diligent in doing this when I started it. So I got really excited. So I started last year of December, and I was so happy doing daily memory keeping. Up until January, I gave birth, and things got a little bit blurry. And February came, so, and then my son passed on, and just after that, there's just no urge to do journaling. It's like I was really feeling a little dead after that. I was just trying to figure out what to do or how to go about the process. So anyway, this is what happened. At first, I was really excited about it, and then I tried to go back again months after, but it was just more of like sticking ephemeras and no more photos, not even descriptions. Dates are sometimes forgotten. So in this journal with me video, that's what I want to do right now. So it's more of like, come journal with me as I do this, as if like for the very first time, because this is me doing it again after what happened during this year. So go grab your beverage. To me, I might gonna have coffee in a bit. I don't wanna bring a lot of things here, so I just have my journal pouch, which is not updated because I keep removing things here. So as you can see, there's nothing actually inside. But I don't want to make fuss of it. I just want to add few stickers. I'm gonna get some ephemeras if I can find anything here in the studio, and that's it. Okay, I did not find a lot of ephemeras here. Apparently it's in our house. I did find something where I put some of the excess things that I have, but there's nothing really much here. So I'll just make use whatever there is. Come journal with me. Okay, before I will start decorating or do whatever here, I want to put a photo top on this dried flower. So this one was given to me by my husband, I think a few days ago. It's not a sticker because you cannot print on it. It's just clear and transparent. It's an adhesive. So this is what I used for my vinyl stickers if you wanted to have it waterproof and stuff like that. So that will help. And this one, I'm using it for dried flowers just so it doesn't scatter so much. I've lost some of the stems and petals already because I forgot to stick photo top on it. If you cannot find this in your local bookstore, just look for a clear sticker. It will serve as the same thing. So how are you, friends? It's been a while, and I forgot how this kind of videos makes me feel a little closer to you, because it's somewhat like I am just journaling, except that I am journaling alone, but I am talking. Well, on my side, last November, I felt different again for the very first time since this year started. Felt like my year started last November. So I finally, I don't know how to say it, but it's more of like I felt more of myself already. It really feels good because for a while I didn't know how to go about my grief. I've been doing devotion still, but it's more of on the grieving side. I was thinking of sharing it as well for those who went through the same thing, but at the moment, or perhaps at that time, I wanted to take it first to myself to process it and for me to be able to share it eventually. I don't know if I can or if I will eventually, but you know, I know God perhaps used this moment so that I can also help others in terms of, you know, same situation. Go back to the ones that, okay, there are so many things to backlog. I don't want to go back there anymore. And then there are some that need some photos, which I don't have with me right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, from the back, I think. Oh, I have another one. All right, okay. I have here a printable from Illustrated Faith. This was from their last year's Advent, I think. So I'm not able to finish them last year, and I'm just reusing them. Even if I finish this one, this is just so timely for this year. Although I'm not doing any devotional prompts, I just thought, you know, this is a nice way to decorate your journal. So this journal that I'm using, which is a Midori 1Day 1Page, is my memory keeping. I separate my memory keeping and my faith journal. So this one goes all the ephemeras that I get from going out, or if I have all this. As I mentioned a while ago, it was only November that I felt myself again. And then I still had few episodes of anxiety and stuff and fears and the usual thing. I pushed myself to join a fair or a bazaar in Manila. It's called Planner Con. It's my first time to join there, and it's my first time to take a risk again after I gave birth. About almost 6 years now that maybe I haven't taken so much risk. So that was really a risk for me because I have to fly to Manila, and then I need to be really prepared. So I need to focus so I won't forget anything, and I need to come up at least few items so that I would have other options to offer as well. And I had a little bit of, I don't know, like a challenge or a reflection maybe when it comes to my style, because if you've noticed, if you've been following around, my style has always been maybe like more of like a minimalist, especially when it comes to my stationery. So it's not so much like what you see with other artists, especially the ones who joined the Planner Con or the Sticker Con. So I got a little bit worried because I don't know if people will also accept my art or, you know, my stationery. But then I just kept reminding myself the reason why I want to join that bazaar is because I want my products to move. It's been a while since I haven't really moved my products, and it's really more of like pushing myself to do what I love best. And there was also a time when I was having a conversation with my son. We were just playing and talking. So the context of the conversation was more of like my son was wondering what kind of job do I do, or like do I have a job or something like that. So he knows that his papa has a day job and a side gig once in a while, but I think he doesn't understand as well that what we do in the studio, because he always sees me and we're always in the studio. He doesn't realize, or he didn't understands that what we do in the studio is actually my job. But I think that was also a wake-up call for me when I realized that, you know what, yeah, I want to show my son what I normally do, what I love doing, which is like that, joining bazaars. Like, I like the feeling of the excitement and the nervousness at the same time. Like, you don't know whether someone's gonna buy your product, and then it made me remember all those years back when I was still single, that I joined a bridal fair also in Manila and in SMX. It was a really big bridal fair. It was very costly, and I didn't have any second thoughts of joining that one. In my head back then, it was just like, I want to join a bridal fair in Manila, and I want to go big because I want to be exposed, my brand. I want Manila people to know that there's also a design studio back then here in Davao who can do the same thing. So few months before PlannerCon, I was really scared. Not my usual emotions that I felt. But then after the planner party, that's when everything just kicks in. It really felt like I am so back. I am quite excited again, thinking if no one's gonna buy or someone's gonna buy. It feels really good. During the event, I was already feeling a little bit sick, and just when we came back home in Davao, I am already sick. But thankfully, it was just a minor coughing, but it's really the kind of cough that is so annoying. I can't complain. It's just my body telling me that I need some rest too. So one thing that I know that I am so back is when I cannot stop my brain from thinking anymore. So that's what's been happening lately. Even though it's time to sleep, I am just thinking and thinking of what ideas to do. I keep reminding myself this year's goal is not to create products yet, but it's more of like just keep on moving my products so I can add more, because I cannot add products anymore from all the old stocks that I have. Keep reminding myself because my brain is just like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. I've been pretty much brain dead, or call it brain fog, I think, after you gave birth. So it's been like what, almost 6 years since I didn't really had so many things. Although in between, like during my anniversaries for Artisan Paperie, I did few projects like collaborating with some artists, did some journal kits, but then I think that was just more of like during the anniversary. Okay, so right now I am doing a pocket from all our plane tickets. Love doing pockets. And as you can see here, I don't really measure a lot. I just eyeballing everything. I have so many pending ideas on what to film. One, I have few more backlogs from my Japan trip, which I really want to share with you, especially the one from Traveler's Notebook Factory. Here comes PlannerCon that I haven't started yet, and a little bit of my haul from there. So yeah, I really need to catch up on it, and I'm hoping, even though I won't have Vlogmas, that would be my way of like keeping up with my videos for this month. Know in the comments below if you have other ideas that you want me to share. Of course, I like sharing my process. So I have a video, I think a quick one from my preparation during the PlannerCon. Forgot how to do it, so it was just like all over the place. And then another thing that I know my brain is back again is because I'm already thinking or planning of creative workshops for next year. Oh, and I also joined another group of artists here in Davao, which is so amazing. They are called Floral Artists, and they're mostly women. So happy when I found them in one of the Christmas bazaars that my watercolor group joined in. So I'm a member of a Davao Watercolor Society. That's my group when it comes to watercolor. We do exhibits and stuff like that. There was a Christmas bazaar organized by Daffy. It's different groups of artists here in Mindanao. So whether you're a watercolorist, a sculpture, what else, acrylic, your medium is anything. So all the groups can join the Daffy group, and Daffy likes to organize things like, is it whether it's a bazaar or an exhibit, stuff like that. So I found the floral artist group, and I volunteered myself if I can join them, because they are like older women already, and they're very, very good, that I didn't know why I just met them now. But I always believe that meeting people is always a timing. So I didn't probably met them before because I wasn't probably ready. But this time I was a bit worried in joining them, because they are very dedicated and they are very focused with what they do. Like when I was talking with them, they were already telling me about the exhibits they're planning for next year, and I was a bit worried. And because I am such a very slow painter, and but I know for a fact that whenever I join the exhibit, it's my way of pushing myself to paint. And so yeah, they have so many plans for next year, and I'm just quite excited for that. And then prior to that, I'm thinking of doing some creative workshops. I'm thinking of doing paper flowers, which something like this. So I'm quite ready, I think, to teach how to do this, because a few years ago I did some paper flowers workshop, but I stopped because I had a hard time finding suppliers for the crepe paper. But I think this time it would be easier, and I've become better in terms of paper flowers. So yeah, and then other things like probably calligraphy, or I don't know, there's so many things that I want to do this time, and I'm really praying that, you know, this time all my dreams and goals will be executed, and that it is also aligned with his plan for me. Because honestly, the plan for myself for 2025 is really just to focus again with becoming a newly mom for the second time, which was supposedly with Noah. But then it wasn't his plan for me, for my family. So it made me think if he has a different plan. And then I was checking my planner. This is the Artisan Paperie Blanco planner. I just painted in it a few weeks ago because I wanted to try a different medium on my cover. I'm really liking it. And I think I'm in my phase when it comes to art this time, that I just want to be messy, as in really messy. Like I don't want to think about it, because I feel like my style before is mostly symmetrical. It should be aligned, it should be clean and pretty, but this time I just want it to be messy. So here I painted my cover. First I added gesso, which I'm gonna share also a process of this, but just a quick look. And then there's some stamps. I use this one. This is not a very good stamp when it comes to adding on a mixed media surface. So there was so many feathering, but I just added some, especially with this one. But I just added some pen, and I'm good with it. I don't care whether there's more feathering or like, I don't know. Anyway, I was checking my planner. So if you've been familiar with the Blanco planner, there's a part here that has 3 goals where you write before the year starts. And during this year started, and I think in the middle, I think I just put this one in the middle right after I gave birth from Noah. So I fill this in up, and I put here the goal 2, which is join more art exhibits and bazaars. I was a bit ambitious when it comes to art exhibit, but I think I did 2 this year, so I'm quite good with that. At least I was able to join even at least 2. And then the bazaar was just minimum of 2, and then I had also 2 this year. So that one I was a bit happy, because it was something to tick off from my goal. And yeah, the intention was just to reconnect with myself by doing this, to spark again my passion. And I am so happy looking back at this because, I only set 3 goals for this year because supposedly it was, I wouldn't say empty, but I didn't really focus much to anything art related, career related, because in my head I was just ready to become a mama. And I think every time I become a new mama, my head, or maybe I'm having a hard time multitasking already with all the house chores and being a mama. I was just focused in that area. So the art and the business side was set aside for a while. And so I wasn't ready to do any goals when it comes to business and art for this year. But then, yeah, as I mentioned a while ago, God maybe had a different plan for me. And I was just happy that even though things didn't go my way, I am a bit back. I would say a bit back. Not quite there yet, but, there's still a part of me that, so many questions and a lot of reflections, but at least I'm already at the stage that I am moving compared to my previous months. Okay, I found a printable that I did. This one is from Elif Sahin. I am one of their creative team. And I'm happy I found this because I didn't find any ephemeras in the studio because I don't know, I think I put them all in one bag, and that bag is in our house. And then yesterday I have a customer in the shop. So by the way, if you're from Davao, I am opening my shop still on a schedule because I still don't have someone to leave in the studio. So I put out a schedule whenever I'm open. And then I have a customer yesterday, which I am so happy I met. She just found me on Instagram, and it was really nice that she did. And then we talk about things. So she's doing an activity with her friends to do a prayer board, which gave me a very good idea, and invited her to do that here in the coffee shop as well. So anyway, I gave her some of the ephemeras from my journaling kit, so they have something to decorate more in their prayer board. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't have so much also here. Anyway, I don't think I can do multitasking here. Like, I don't know how Meets does this, but I'm really glad she did because it's so nice just listening to her, and then she's doing also some sort of journaling. Like I mentioned a while ago, it feels like I'm doing this again for the first time because it's been a while. It's really been a while. And by just doing this right now, it's really making me feel happy. I'm feeling a little low for the past few days because I am sick, a little bit sick. So energy wise, I'm quite down. But I'm looking for a reason to move aside from being busy in the studio and in the coffee shop. But there's no spark while I was doing that because it was really more of like a work. There's no creative aspect on it, and so I'm looking for a reason how to get out from that emotion, or at least to spark that emotion. And here we are. I am just, I thought while I was grieving on my first few months, I didn't really have the energy and the inspiration to do creative journaling, even though I know how much it would help me spark that emotion, or making me feel alive. I guess you just have to know yourself. I would say I'm at that phase of my life that that journaling, creative journaling for me at that time wasn't for me. And then someone commented, I believe I'm not sure if that was here on YouTube or Instagram, but someone commented that, you know, take your time and do what you have to do. And a friend of mine also mentioned that, you know, do what you really have to do. Feel whatever you needed to feel. And by hearing those words, felt like an approval that it's okay, that you're not doing the same things that you're doing, or you're not feeling the same way you're feeling, because you're in a different phase of your life. So if you're watching this one and you're feeling something else as well, I hope I am helping in a small way as well, giving you an approval, or maybe you needed to hear it, that it's okay whatever you feel right now, just feel it. Or if you don't feel like doing anything, you are allowed to do that. It's okay not to be creative with your journals. That's why I had the idea that, you know, I want to share my journal for the past few months, because even though I'm sharing my process and more of the creative things here in my channel, I want to share that even though you are not being creative, and by simply writing your thoughts and your emotions through journaling or through writing, can really help you process whatever you needed to process. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end this here. I hope this video shed some sunlight to you, because I've been following a lot of creative people, and there are few people who really give sunshine to my day whenever I watch their videos. One of them is Heidi Swap, another one is Mitz, and every time I watch their videos, it just brings sunshine. So I hope, I'm really hoping that my videos, or this one at least, brings out the sunshine on a cloudy day maybe. Thank you for being here, and I really appreciate you watching my videos, and see you again on my next video, friends. Bye.